So today, we are headed out to do something that I have been dying to do ever since last year when I started this journey to become a photographer. That is, tonight and tomorrow is a supermoon event, which means that the moon is going to be closer to the Earth than it normally is during a full moon. That is going to give the illusion that the moon is very large when it's at the horizon. I have tried many times during a full moon to get a shot of the moon. Every single time I'm just completely dissatisfied with the result, and a large part of that had to do with I had no idea what I was doing. I would be taking a picture and I'd have this really bright moon, and the background is all dark, completely exposed incorrectly. No idea what I was doing. Moon high up in the sky looks really nice with the naked eye, but with the camera, just can't capture it. The last supermoon that we had, the harvest moon, I thought I was so great, and noticed a lot of photos that people had gone out the night before and taken of the moon, and it looked great, and it had stuff in the foreground that was lit, and then the moon in the background, and it looked amazing. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go out tonight. The harvest moon is still out there, and I'm going to get that shot. It didn't go well. There was something that I also did not know about the harvest moon and other supermoons that, if you do a little bit of research, you would realize, and that is, it isn't necessarily the size of the moon that dictates the best day to go out. What dictates the best day to go out is the day where the moon is rising within minutes of the sun setting, so that you have the moon coming up over the horizon. The foreground is still lit by the sunset behind you, and the definition of the moon, and that's actually what creates the color on the moon. And I'm like, that's completely changed the way that I planned for a moon shoot. So here I am. I've got a big plan here. So that harvest moon, I actually did end up going out, and what ended up happening was I sat there, and for 20 minutes or so after sunset, and the moon was ready to come up, and I looked out and I don't understand how these people got this shot. There's no way you could expose for both the moon and the foreground. And I ended up with this shot here. I'll put it up right now. And ultimately, what I ended up with was a terrible experience. I mean, the moon was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but from a photography perspective, it was not my favorite night. So I have said, if it comes back up again, I'm going to be watching very carefully the timing between when the moon is going to rise and when the sun is going to set, and here we are. Today looks like it is going to be perfect. Things could certainly go wrong from here, but we have the moon coming up at 4:10, the sun setting at 4:20. We have completely clear skies, which I think for a moon rise shot you want clear skies because you don't want the clouds getting in the way of your moon. And it's warm outside, it's not too windy, and I think I have the best angle for where I'm trying to shoot. My foreground is a lighthouse. This lighthouse special is it is directly east of many overlooks or places where you can view it. And the moon comes up right behind it if you angle yourself correctly. So I have used my little app that I have, the Sun Calculator, and I have calculated where I need to sit or stand in order to capture moonrise coming up, as if I'm correct, directly behind the lighthouse. So I should have this big red moon behind a beautiful lighthouse, the sunset behind it, and we'll see what it's going to end up looking like. That's the plan. That's where we're headed. can't wait to spend it with you, and let's go shooting. So, something I didn't account for, other people. Apparently this whole supermoon thing, everybody knows about it. There are a lot of photographers out here. So, probably going to be scratching for space. In fact, probably there's some folks behind me wondering what it is I'm talking about. So, we're out at Fort Stark. Been here before in one of our videos. So, just walking out to the pier now, where I think I'm probably going to be scrambling for space by the looks, because everybody's heading that way. So, wish me luck. Well, I couldn't really take you out. There were so many photographers here. I was surrounded, but everybody's kind of heading out now. Wow, that was impressive. Everything just lined up perfectly. I have a lot of different kinds of shots. I have variations of the moon to the left, the moon directly behind, the moon up to the lower high right quadrant. Wow, it was impressive. It was really interesting because it happened so fast. I mean, it went from down just below the horizon to up above the lighthouse in a matter of 10 or 15 minutes. It was pretty crazy. So, still taking some additional shots here, and I'll turn you around so you can see what it looks like out there. What you're looking at is Whaleback Lighthouse in the lower left-hand corner, and then the moon in the upper right. It's about a half hour past when the moon actually came up. Just taking some 4K video now. Most of the color is gone, but wow, it was impressive. Really glad I came out here. Really glad you were able to join me for this. So with that, I am going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to get out and do a similar shoot yourself. Have a good night.